Good evening, everyone. This is Bremster, and tonight I'm coming to you with another Fog of War puzzle. This is Regional Conflict by Chile, and I have been told this one is moderately approachable, or actually quite approachable, and that this is something that should appeal to people who watch my channel. So I'm looking forward to this one. Um, Speaking of people who watch my channel, just a couple of things I want to do is I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed lately. I have had quite a bump in subscribers recently. I think that's probably down to the Sudoku problem series, which a lot of people are commenting is really helping them learn just some basic logic from Sudoku variants, and that they've found it has helped them pick up stuff that they've not been able to get in other ways. A very quick way of learning the logic. So I'm really happy that that's the case, and I'm glad that the series is being picked up so well. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with my Patreon, and I want to thank all my Patreon supporters recently. As I said in a recent video, that I've just spent some time very unwell. And being able to chat to my Patreons, which is basically the only benefit you get, although you do get to test some of my puzzles before they're released publicly, if I'm creating, which I'm not at the moment. Just chatting to my Patreons and everything was a really nice thing for me, and some of them reached out to me, and just having someone to talk to while I was convalescing was great. So thanks to all my Patreon supporters. I'm calling out, I do have a Patreon, though it really is just to support the channel. There are no real benefits to it apart from the occasional puzzle preview. If people have ideas that I should do, fine. But most of my patrons are basically just saying they're doing it to support the channel for no specific extra content, and I couldn't thank them enough for that. And I know that's not for everyone, so okay. Um, I'm not a huge fan of exclusive content, but I'm more than happy to do preview content and stuff. Not that I've got a lot at the moment because I'm just releasing everything as I record it. Speaking of recording a puzzle, let's have a look at Regional Conflict by Chile. Now, I'm not going to be able to do much in the way of examples on this one because this is a Fog of War puzzle. So normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Now, the grid is covered with fog. There is an initial light source which exposes the fog in its and all neighboring cells, or all adjacent cells. When you place digits in the grid, not including the given 4, when you place digits in the grid, or I place digits in the grid, that will expose the fog or clear the fog from all adjacent cells. So if I was to place a digit here, all of these cells would be revealed. If I was able to figure out this digit, then it would reveal all of these. Now, this is a sum line puzzle, which basically, and the version of sum lines this is the sum of all of the digits on blue lines will be the same in each visit to a region in this case being the 3x3 box. Lines may not branch or cross, which I'm assuming is going to be important because in a normal sumline puzzle, it might be possible for that to happen, but we need some information about what's happening. So, for example, this line may do this, and then there may be another line that crosses it or something. That's not going to happen in this puzzle. So we get a little bit of information about what's happening behind the fog, but not a lot. I can't really do an example of how a sum line works on this puzzle, but if this is a 4, and this we know is the sum of a 4, then yeah, whatever this line goes in this box is going to sum to 4, and if it was wherever it is in this box is going to sum to 4, that's what we know. Yeah, so that's what we have. Yep, let's give this a shot. If you're not familiar with some lines of this variety, this may not be a great puzzle to start with, but hopefully you'll be able to figure it out. And this 4 is actually telling me something, because this 4 goes into this cell. And this cell can't stop here, because if this line stops here, then this would just be a 4, and this can't then leave this box straight away, because if it left the box straight away, this would be a 4, and then we'd have 2 4s in the row. So this has to go somewhere else in this box. And wherever it goes in this box, it can only be 2 cells long. And it can't be here because lines don't branch or cross. So it's either here or here. So it's one of those 2 cells, and this is a 1 3 because the only way to make 4 is with 1 and 3. I can't make it 3 cells long because the minimum would be 1 2 3, which would make this 6, and I can't do 2 2 because it's all within the same box. So this is a 1 or a 3. But I don't know which, and one of these 2 is a 1 or a 3, but I don't know which. So how do you break into this? So lines can't branch or cross. So what's going to happen in this cell? This is going to go into here. And this is going to go into here. But if this then left that cell, I'm going to turn on the pen tool. Hopefully I can draw. Now, if this was to go into here and this was to go into here, and then this was to leave, that's branching. And however this leaves, that would be branching. So this has to stop in that cell. And the same is true down here. This has to stop in this cell. So this does that. It has to. So this is the sum of this, and this is the sum of this. So if we thought about these as arrows, these are basically 2 bulbs, and they see each other. But the minimum I can put in here is 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And I actually had a Sudoku problem on this just a few days ago. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. 5 and 6 is 11. 1, 2, 3 is 6. 11 plus 7 is 17. These have to sum to 17. This is an 8, 9 pair, and this is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I can't put 8, 9 there. This is 8, 9. And this is a 7, which is completely useless because it doesn't expose anything. And I'm now going to undraw those lines because I know that's got to be the case. It has to be. Now, what more can I... Actually, this is now huge. Actually, I'm going to draw those lines back in because that line has to do this. This line has to do this. This line is going here. This line is going here and here. But this can't stop here. And this line can't stop here. And this line can't stop here. So if this line was to go down, this line would have to go down, and then this line would be trapped, and this would be the same digit as this. So this line can't go down, or this becomes trapped. This has to continue, and that's the extent of that line. This is a 1, 3 pair. Now this can't go down, or this is trapped and has to be the same digit. So this also has to continue, and this can't be the same digit. This has to continue. That has to be the case. But how do I get something from that? Well, I know how I get something from that. I remove 1 and 3 from this. This can't be 5, 6 because that can't be 11. So this has to have a 2 on it. It can't be 2, 5, 7 because that can't be a 7. This is 2, 6. This is an 8. There is no 2 or 6 on this. This is 1, 3, 5, and this is 9. So now we know this line is doing that. Because this has to enter this cell and this can't branch. So this is the same digit. And it can't be 9. So this is an 8 and this is an 8. Which means this is a 9. So this sums to 16. Actually, I'm going to look at the 8 first. Oh, no, this could be... No, this can't be 1, 7, and it can't be 3, 5. So this is 2, 6. This has to sum to 16. But in order to do 16 in 2 cells, it would need to be 7, 9. So that's not going to work. So it has to grow again. So I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. There's no 7 in here. There's no 8 here. There's no 9 in here. There's no 4 here. There's no 8 here. So how do I get this to 16? I could put an 8 there, and then these would have to sum to 8, which they can't do. If this is, sorry, it does, so if this is an 8, these or these or these would have to sum to 8. But I don't have 3, 5, and I can't use 4, 4. I'm just using this as an example. Sorry, I was just using that in my head. Because I can't put an 8 on this line, because then the other 2 cells would have to sum to 8, and I can't make 8, because I don't have 1, 7, I don't have 3, 5, and I don't have 2, 6, or 4, 4. That doesn't work. So I can't put an 8 on this line. This is a 4, 5, which is 9. So it then has to hit digits totaling 7. So it's going to hit a 7 in one of those 2 spots. Actually, this is an 8, and this is a 7, and this is a 9. This 4, 5 takes 5 out of there and puts 5 into here. I can get rid of that line now. I can get rid of this line now. I can get rid of that, and actually I can get rid of basically everything I've drawn now. Okay. Now, this... Oh, that's a bit dangerous. I think that line continues. It's possible I'm not supposed to see that, but this is a 1-3 pair. It is possible I'm not supposed to see that, but there you can just see the edge of the line. We know that that's there, don't we? Oh, that's a bit dodgy. It's possible the fog needs to be a little bit thicker, but this has to be a 1-3 pair because you can see the line just here. Because we can tell that this line is doing that. Which means I need to put a 1 and a 3 down here. Because 1 and 3 can't go in this column and 1 and 3 can't go in this column. It's possible I shouldn't use that, but I'm going to. So this is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. So this has to sum to 8. I could use 7 and 1. 2 and 6 is actually possible. And 3, 5 is actually possible. That's actually terrible. So what do I do here? 8 is down here. Oh, it's not there. 9 is up here. I don't know anything about this line, so it is very possible that this line is long enough that I could put a 9 on it. This is 1, 2, 3, and 6, and it must contain a 6 and a 2. Oh, this is a 4. Which definitely would have given me this 1, 3 without having to use that dodgy little line. So that's okay. Which means... what has that given me? Wow, this stuff is tricky. So this is a 3-cell line. So this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. And it can't be 8 or 9. So this is... oh, that's beautiful. This is 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 4. And it's 1, 2, 4 because the only place I could put 1 or 3 is here. So this, and it must have a 1. So this is the 1. There is no 1 here. This is 2, 4, and this is 7. So there's no 7 here, so there's no 1 here. 1 now has to be on this line. That's really cool. There is a 2 up here. That's very cool. There's no 2 here, so there's no 6 here. Four is in one of those. One is on this line. Oh, 1 isn't in those. So this is a 3, this is a 5, and this is a 1. Which means there's no 3 here. This is 1, 2, 6. So we know what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 3, 4, 7. Does that mean that can't be an 8 anymore? Because if this is 8, 1, this has to make 9. And I can't do it. Yes, I can, because I could then hit one of those 2 cells. I could do 3, 4, and then 3, 4 to get to 7, and then I could hit 2 up here. That's... oh, you've got to remember that... so this could be 8, 1. This is a single digit. This can't be a 5 because this is at least 3 digits long. So there's a 5 in one of those 2. This is at least 2 digits long, and then it's going to have to leave the box. Otherwise, there's no point. But it could go there. But this is at least 2 digits long. Missing. Three, 5 is either there or there. Seven is up here with 9. If this is 8, I've got to put a 1 there. So make this 3, this 1, this 3, this 1. This is 8. So this has to enter here. It has to take at least... oh no, this could be 9, 9. I was thinking it has to take at least one more cell, but that could be 9, 9. this is going to take at least that cell and that cell. This is going at least to there. This is going at least to there and then somewhere else, but I don't know where. So, okay, 8 is, oh, 8 is right there. Sudoku. That was an 8. The, oh, and those are the same digit, and that can't be an 8 anymore because those are the same digit and that's an 8. That's a 9. That's a 9. That was very, very obvious and clever, and I missed it. So these, whoops, I meant to select, these are not 9. This line is now continuing into at least there. Now this is not a 9 anymore. So 9 is on one. I can't put a 9 on a 9 line. So this is a 9. Okay, which means I can get rid of that. And I can get rid of that. So this sums to 9. This sums to 9. But there's multiple ways of making 9. There is 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm actually going to mark up this quad because this is 2, 5, 6, and 7. There's no 7 in here. There's no 2 in here. That was actually really unhelpful. 9 is in... Oh, 9 is down here. Which puts 9 over here. Wait, that's seen. So this line is doing that. So what's the minimum here now? 8. So this has to be a minimum of 8. Because 3, 4, and 1 is the minimum it could be. But I can't make this 8 because 8 would be 1, 7. So this has to be 9. It has to be 1 and 8. That's incredibly cool. So now this has to be 8. So this has to be 3, 4. This becomes 7. This becomes 2. This is what you come to expect from a chili puzzle. So this line is now a 7 line. So this has to sum to 7. Can't be 1, 6. It could be 2, 5, or 3, 4. But 4 has to be on this line. So this is 3, 4. There's no 3 here. So there's no 5 here. There's no 3 here. There's no 5 here. This is 6. This is 2. That makes this 2 and this 6. This 3 is actually resolving it. That's 4 and that's 3. And this final digit, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a 5. These have to sum to 7. I could do 6, 1. I could do 2, 5. I can't put a 9 on it. And I could do 3, 4. But that's all I can do. I can't put 2, 5 because there's a 2, 4 pair. So this is 1 or 3. This is 4 or 6. I've got another 7 here. Can this be 1, 2, 4? No, because if this was 1, 2, 4, if this was a 3-cell long line, then this would be left with 6 and 3, and that doesn't sum to 7. So this is a 2-cell line. And this also has to be 1 or 6. Can this one be 2 or 5? Well, this becomes a 9 now because I can't put a 9 on a 7 line. 1, 6, 2, 5. No, because I can't put 2 there. Or 3, 4 in either order. No, 3, 4. So this is a 1, 3 pair. This is a 4, 6 pair. That's very cool. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5. This is a 3. And this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this is resolved by the 4, 6. This is the 7. This is the 6. That looks up making this 2 and this 6, which looks down making this 4 and this 2. 4 looks up making this 5 and this 4. There is no 5 or 6. This is a 7, which confirms that line. Not that I needed it confirmed. So there is no 7 here. This is 5. So this is 2, 6, which I could have got from the column. And the 1, 3 still isn't resolved. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2, 7, and 8. There is no, no 2 in the middle. There's no 7 there. This is very cool. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, and 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is 1, 2, and 7. So I've got to make 9 out of this. 1 here would mean I have to make 8 out of those. 2, 6 I can't do. 7, 2, 7, 1 I can. That doesn't work. I can't put 7 on a 9 line is the way to do it. This is a 2. So this is a 7. Now I need to make these into 7. 4, 3 works, but I can't do 5, 2. So this is 4 and 3. So this is 5. There's no 3 here. This is a 1, 6 pair. This 3 makes this 1, which makes this 3, which makes this 3, which makes this 1. Which hasn't broken it open. This keeps asking for more, but none of the more is particularly hard. This is phenomenally well designed. I love this. I love it when people give me really cool puzzles. So this is at least, hang on, can this be 2 cells long? Maybe. All I know is my gut tells me maybe. So this is a 9. It could be 1, 8. It could be 7, 2. It can't be 3, 6, and it can't be 4, 5. So they're the only possibilities. Have I missed something in this column? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure. So what's in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 5, 6, 8. And there must be a 5 in one of those two. That can't be a 2. There's probably a Sudoku trick I'm missing. Like 7 has to go in one of those 2 cells. So what's this quad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 6, 7, 9. And there has to be a 9 in one of those 2 cells. There's no 7 there. So this sums to 14. So if this is an 8, this would have to be a 6. Okay, if this is a 6, this would have to be an 8, which it can't be. If this is a 5... But this line may not have to stop here. If this is a 5, this is a 9, which it can't be. So this can't be a 6, 8. It can't be a 5-9. Can it be an 8-6? Maybe. What is it? Is there something in these columns? 2 and 9? No, 5 and... There's no 9 here. That's it. This is a 9. So this does continue. So these 3 cells have to sum to 14. So what are these possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Well, that can't be 2. If this is 8, these have to sum to 6, but they can. If this is 6, these have to sum to 10, but they can. I need to put a 3 and a 4 in here. So one of those is 3 or 4. So the fog is done. What am I missing? Seven, 2. Does one of these break something? Like, this can't be 1, 6. If this is 1, 6, that cell is broken. This is 4. This is 3. This is 6. This is 1. This is 6. This is 1. There is no 6 here. This is a 1, 7 pair. So this is 6. This is 1. There is no 1 up here. 1 makes this 7 and 1, which makes this 8, which means there's no 8 in here. There's no 8 here. This is a 2, an 8, and a 7. The 8 makes this 5 and 8. That's what I was missing. Beautiful piece of logic. I just missed it. There's no 2 or 6 here. This is 3 or 4. 3, 4. What's missing from here? I can take 6. This is a 5. There's no 5 here. There's no 6 here. This is a 3 or a 4. So this is the 3, 4 pair. So there's no 3 or 4 here. So these need to sum to 9. And I can't do 4, 5. So this is 3, this is 6, this is 4, this is 2, this is 6, this is 2, this is 4, and this is 3. That's what I missed. I missed the fact that this was a 1, 6, meaning this couldn't be 1, 6. And I should have spotted that earlier than I did. That was a very cool puzzle. That is a nice Fog-of-War puzzle. Thank you, Chili. That is exactly what I was looking for. Something that was giving you deductions, but yeah, that was great. Thank you so much. I hope we do see more of these. Yeah, I really do. I mean, some people are saying that this is just a gimmick in the fact that you're not seeing all of the clues, but it does allow you to focus in on where the deduction needs to be. And that's really, really cool. Thank you, everyone. I hope you're enjoying these. I hope you're enjoying the Sudoku problems. It's, yeah, just a lot of fun. Lots of good stuff going on. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.